everything you say, think, or do will have a result. What's going to happen? Now you got to control everything you say, think, or do. It's causality. You go exercise, you'll get fit. Your body will be in shape. Doing nothing is an action. It is a letter A. So doing nothing will have a result of B. You read your 10 pages a day. What's going to happen? Your mind's going to grow. You're going to see the world differently. The only law in nature is causation. As humans, we are in complete control of our consequences. What we think, what we say, what we do is completely within our control. And all of those three things is a letter A. When you say A causes B, they will cause something B. And that B will become another letter A that will cause another B, and so on downstream. Game theory would be, okay, if I make this move, this is how he's going to counter. But if he knows, I know this is how he's going to counter, he's going to do something different. So if he does that different thing, then I'm going to make this move instead. It's just that gamesmanship in your mind of thinking about the strategy before you actually take action. So when you understand causality, you become a better strategist. Business doesn't require intelligence, it requires strategy. Bam. Yo, what's up, everybody? This is the End-to-End Podcast, and I'm your host, Dr. Yun Win. And as my friends affectionately call me Ninja, or the Prolific Ninja, because my fans and my friends, you can call me Ninja too. This is the End-to-End Podcast, the Alpha to the Omega, the beginning to the end, talking about life, motivation, drive, self-improvement, success, fulfillment, and offering you morsels in this all-you-can-eat buffet called life. Back in the studio, it is now officially February. We are 1/12 done for 2024. I started out 2024 with a bang, going hard. If you followed me since the last fall, I did 75 hard leading into the winter, and I told you I'm sprinting into 2024, and that's what I exactly did. So I've been hitting it hardcore, but how about you? You're 1/12 done with the year. What have you done? So for the last several episodes in January, I've been going through a few principles that would hopefully apply to you, or you have applied in your life, in order to gain control of your life and go towards your goals in 2024. I'm going to finish with one more today, beyond going other principles throughout the rest of the year. But these are the main ones that hopefully will get you into the zone to make 2024 your best year towards your goals and towards success. But before I get into that, I want to start the episode like I start every episode and like I start every day, which is with an expression of gratitude. If you're new to the show, or if you know me by now, I wake up every morning. I thank God, the universe, for another day to be great, another day to inspire and accomplish my mission, which is to inspire billions of people across the planet. That's the purpose of this show. And with that purpose, I do this show on my own dime and on my own time. So spend a lot of money, got my crew, a lot of equipment, just a lot of investment in getting this message to y'all. So number one, I want to thank you all for following, sharing, liking, commenting. It's going off on Instagram at End-to-End Podcast. It's going off on all platforms, actually. But thank you all for all the support and all the shares. But then also, because I do this on my own dime and on my own time, I like to say this is based on a value exchange. We only grow the show through you. And so if you find value in this show, in this episode, in any other prior 2 years worth almost of episodes, any of the reels, please do like, comment, follow, share, spread the word, spread the news. We do this together as we build momentum together, and that's how we grow the show and help everybody live to their fullest controllable potential. That's my theme for the show, is helping people live to their fullest controllable potential. A lot of things are out of our control in life, but what we can control, we have to max out. We have to maximize that and live to the fullest potential. So I like to say, if you're knowledgeable, share the show. That is how we grow. The prior episodes, the principles that I discussed or shared with you that hopefully you are currently applying to your life now, having listened to them. First and foremost was set the standard. Set the standard, be the example. That was episode 1 of 2024. Okay, I forgot what number episode it actually was, but set the standard. And go back and listen to that again if you need to. But if you set the standard and live by example, understand that somebody is always watching you, whether it's your child, your boss, your manager, your friend, a total stranger watching you how you conduct yourself. If you live by example and set the standard, that's just going to breed more success for you. Okay, so number one was set the standard. Number two was do the hard thing. So between the choice of, there's two choices at any moment, a minimum of two choices, 1 or 0, A or B, yes or no. Do the hard choice. Go the hard route. Okay, go the hard route. Don't go the easy route. The hard route builds resilience, builds fortitude, builds grit, allows you to test your limits and see where you fail, because growth and success is only captured through failures. Failures are required. There's never a straight line path up. There's never a easy road to success. Forget all that BS. It's only a hard route to success. Day in, day out, grind. They call it the grind for a reason, right? Grinding is friction. It's tension. That's the road to success. It's not the smooth road to success. That's a fallacy. That's a myth. There is no smooth road to success. Only hard work. So do the hard work. The third principle I talked about last episode, be adaptable. Just because, like I just said, it's a hard route, and hard routes require changes, failure, frustration, setbacks, 2 steps back just to take 1 step forward. All these things, resets, pivoting, reinventing, remodeling, refocusing, all these things. So you must be adaptable to succeed. And so the fourth principle, the fourth main one, and this has carried me since, gosh, man, I want to say in elementary school, right? Before I tell you what it is, I want to just give you a little anecdote. I love the Matrix movie series, kind of like I love Star Wars. I mean, it's all science fiction, hocus pocus, the Matrix, all that. But if you really dig deep into the underlying script and dialogue and what's discussed and the interplay between ideas and concepts and all these things, you understand it's actually it actually teaches you about the universe. Both Star Wars and the Star Wars series, the early parts with George Lucas, not the current BS stuff now, but the early stuff with George Lucas. And then the Matrix series, the undertone, the underlying themes and messages really do convey a lot about how the Matrix actually works. So being a huge Matrix fan, I've seen all of them like dozens and dozens of times. But there was one, I want to say it's the second one, the second of the series, second or third, I can't remember, but the second of the series where, if you know the Matrix, Neo, Morpheus, and Trinity are in a restaurant scene and they meet the Merovingian for the first time. The Merovingian is the French guy. And then ultimately his wife, betrays him for all these reasons. But there's a particular scene when they first meet the Merovingian. He's, swirling his martini, having a abundant, opulent lunch, fresh restaurant. He has the best seat in the restaurant. And Neo is there to ask him a question about what to do next. And he says, listen, you come to me, I'm paraphrasing, and we're going to cut to the scene to actually see it. But in the scene, he says there's only one universal rule, and that's causality. There's only one rule, causality. Some people say it would be coincidence. Some people say it's happenstance, but it's actually causality. And we're going to cut to that scene just so you get an idea of what it is.
Château Aubryon, 1959. Magnificent wine. I love French wine. Like I love the French language. I have sampled every language. French is my favorite. Fantastic language. Especially to curse with. Nom de Dieu, de putain de bordel de merde de saloperie de connard d'enculé de ta mère. You see, it's like wiping your ass with silk. I love it.
You know why we are here.
I am a trafficker of information. I know everything I can. The question is, do you know why you are here?
We are looking for the Keymaker.
Oh, yes, it is true. The Keymaker, of course. But this is not a reason, this is not a why. The keymaker himself, his very nature, is a means, it is not an end. And so, to look for him is to be looking for a means to do what?
We know the answer to that question.
But do you? You think you do, but you do not. You are here because you were sent here. You were told to come here, and then you obeyed. It is, of course, the way of all things. You see, there is only one constant, one universal. It is the only real truth. Causality. Action, reaction, cause and effect.
Okay, we're back now. So you see that in the scene in the movie, he talks about causality, causation. A causes B. Right? A causes B. Everything you do filters downstream. And then that causes something else that filters further downstream. Okay, downstream meaning into the future, things that happen downstream. It's like a universal law in physics, right? For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. Energy is neither created nor destroyed. It's just transition, transferred. Changes, it just changes. You can't create or destroy energy. So everything is causality. The universal rule is causality. And the sooner you understand that, the better off you're going to be. Because why? It changes the way you look at the world. And again, this happened to me when I was really little, just daydreaming just laying in my bed. And I'm like, okay, when I learned it in maybe second grade, A causes B, I knew instinctively that's the way the world works. Causality. If you do A, B is going to happen. And so what is A for you? Right? Everything, when you really think about it in the framework of causality, everything you think, everything you do, everything you say will have a result. I'm going to repeat that. Everything you think, everything you do, everything you say will have a result. Well, guess what? Everything you think, everything you do, everything you say is completely in your own control. So when you understand everything you say, think, or do will have a result, what's going to happen? Now you got to control everything you say, think, or do. Right? It's causality. You go exercise, you'll get fit. Your body will be in shape. Doing nothing is an action. It is a letter A. So doing nothing will have a result of B. So you do nothing and you sit on your couch all freaking day. What's going to happen? Your health is going to go bad. You're going to get fat. You're going to get sick. You're going to get chronic disease. There is a causality to everything. You read your 10 pages a day. What's going to happen? Your mind's going to grow. You're going to see the world differently. You sit in Netflix and chill all day long. What's going to happen? Your mind's going to go to mush. And you're going to see everything like a zombie. Just everything is just as it is. How are you going to succeed like that? You're not. Right? You have a choice to eat. You can eat every time you sit down to eat. You can eat healthy or you can eat, saucy, buttery garbage. That decision, what you think, is an A, is a letter A, and it's going to cause a B. Universally, going to cause a B. You eat healthy, your body's good, you have more fuel, you have more energy, you get to what? Accomplish more things. You accomplish more things, and what happens? You become more successful. You become more successful, what happens? You're able to afford better things. That's the downstream of causation. You eat the garbage, what's going to happen? You're going to be lethargic, low on energy, probably take a nap because you have an insulin dump. And what happens? You don't get anything done. You wake up, you're in the same spot. Then you feel miserable and depressed. And then it comes back around again. Let me eat more garbage because I'm miserable and depressed. And that vicious cycle leads down to that pathway of causality. You see, the Merovingian, however you view him in the Matrix, good guy or bad guy or whatever, or just playing a role, is absolutely right. The only law in nature is causation. As humans, we are a complete control of our consequences. We are in I'm going to repeat that again 1,000 times. We are in complete control of our consequences. What we think, what we say, what we do is completely within our control. And all of those three things is a letter A. When you say A causes B, they will cause something B. And that B will become another letter A that will cause another B, and so on downstream. So when you flip your mind into the framework of causality, you will constantly, it's an active thing where you got to get into that habit. But for me, personally, it's been ingrained for, I'm going to be, 50 this year. It's been in my head for almost 4 decades plus. Everything I do, everything I think, everything I say, I always think, okay, what is the effect of this? It could be in the mundane things, right? When it's subconscious in the mundane things, I really don't think about it, right? But when it's consequential, then I think about it. Even to the point of what time I leave my house to go to the office. Well, if I leave now, it's going to be this, 20 minutes of traffic. If I leave in 3 minutes, it's going to be 40 minutes of traffic. Let me leave now. Of course, I can goof off and fuck around for 3 more minutes at home before I leave. That's going to cost me, right? 20 minutes in traffic or 40 minutes in traffic. That 20-minute gap, I could miss a call from a billionaire client. You see how that fucks things up? Yeah. So understand, you got to look into, these glasses, so to speak, a framework of cause everything from even the time you wake up is a letter A. It's going to cause something. You wake up late, you're going to rush, you might forget something, you're going to waste time, you're going to, maybe get into a car crash because you woke up late. A causes B. You wake up early, you get that workout in maybe, you get to, read your book, say a prayer, meditate. Now you feel good about yourself. You're bringing that positive energy in to live out the rest of that day. Everything, my friends, everything is causality. Now, how does this apply to business? When you think of that framework and you think of, if I do this, then this is going to happen. If I do that, this is going to happen. You are able to plan and strategize much better into a more esoteric concept called game theory. The best example of game theory I could say is in chess, game or poker, where there's strategy involved. Game theory would be, okay, if I make this move, this is how he's going to counter. But if he knows, I know this is how he's going to counter, he's going to do something different. So if he does that different thing, then I'm going to make this move instead. It's just that gamesmanship in your mind of thinking about the strategy before you actually take action. So when you understand causality, you become a better strategist. And my friends, business doesn't require intelligence, it requires strategy. You could be the dumbest person ever, but if I shouldn't say dumbest, you could be the least intelligent person ever. But if you understand, hey, if I do this, then that's going to happen. And if that happens, then this is going to happen. And then if that doesn't happen, then I got to do this. And success is around the corner for you, because you are actually planning things out ahead of time subconsciously when you think about causality. And that, my friends, is how it applies in business and success. So in your routine life, in your regular life, in your business life, in your education life, in whatever aspect of life you want to think about, you have to understand and frame your life in causality, right? That doesn't mean you're going to not have fun with life, because if A causes B and B causes you to have excitement or fulfillment, yeah, you're going to feel good about it. It's not it's not a clinical thing where it's just A causes B, like a robot, like a algorithm. No, it's just a way of thinking. A causes B. But I'm telling you, causality is wrapped around everything we think, say, and do. And what we think, say, and do, I'm going to repeat it again, is completely within your control. And what is this podcast about? Living to your fullest controllable potential, right? So we're pulling it all together in the bigger scheme, like the bigger picture. When you control what you think, say, or do in the framework of causality, now what? You're getting shit done. You're thinking about, if I do this, this is going to happen. This is what I want to happen. So then so on and so forth down the success pipeline. Okay? Causality. A causes B. If you want to, rewind this episode and watch that scene with the Merovingian one more time, and you will see what he's talking about is true. Okay? So, again, the 4 principles for January. This is going to air, hopefully, I think, February 1st. So now we're, you got 4 principles for the 4 weeks of January. Set the standard. Be the example. Be an example. Do the hard things. Be adaptable. Think in causality. If you just focus on those 4 for the rest of the year, your 2024, I guarantee you, or I will bet to you, will be the best year of your life. But you have to apply it. You have to do it. You just have to do it. Right? Don't do it halfway and then come back to me at the end of 2024 and say, hey, man, I listened to what you said and I tried to do it, but nothing happened. No. You got to go all in with them. And listen, I'm here to help you. So if you want to message me, DM me, whatever, on any of my socials, Facebook, Instagram, leave a comment on YouTube. Right? Happy to help you. Reach out. I'm here to spread, to inspire. That's it. If I inspire one person, which I've already have, so that's why I continue to do this podcast. I've actually inspired a lot of people. And so that keeps me coming back. And that's what I knew coming in. If I do this podcast, somebody's going to get inspired. A causes B. Didn't have to do this podcast. Didn't have to start it almost 2 years ago. But I knew if I did this, something good was going to happen. Right? So here we are, the end of January. We're starting February. It's not too late to get on track. Restart. It's okay. If you fucked around January, all of January, and you're like, fuck, dude, this year's blown, it is not blown. You can restart anytime. It could be December, and you just kick ass through December, you're going to feel good about 2024. But you got a lot of time. You got a lot of runway. Get as much as you can in before the summer starts, and then people really start getting lazy, taking vacations and shit. No. Start now. And if you already on the path, which I know there's several dudes and gals that are balling out already that I know, keep going. Push for harder. Push for more. Right? I'm here rooting you on. Let's go. Okay? So, going back to it. Set the standard. Do the hard things. Be adaptable. Causality. Whatever it is, A causes B, but it's completely in your control. Okay? That's it for this episode. I'm going to end this episode like I end my day with an expression of gratitude. I thank God, universe, for another day to have made an impact, another day to feel the love, the fulfillment of providing value to friends and others and my clients. So I want to thank you all for listening and tuning in. As I said before at the start of the show, the only way we grow the show is sharing it. So if you're knowledge swole, share the show. That is how we grow. Okay, like, comment, follow, share, subscribe. Numbers are going great. The message is getting out. People are getting inspired. I mean, just on the last reel alone, I don't know, thousands and thousands of views, people talking about, hey, man, this is the way to go. I'm thankful for that. I'm blessed to have that. I'm thankful for you all. I'm blessed to have you all listening. So please do share the show. Share the show. If you're knowledge swole, share the show. All right. Thank you, everybody. Be great today, but be even more grateful. I'm looking forward to bringing you another episode very, very soon. What's up,